Hello, everyone, and we have exciting crypto news. First of all, it seems like the DeFi pump is about to happen. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is DeFi value has finally surpassed $100 million, or billion dollars, sorry. It's past $100 billion in TVL, which means people are starting to get interested again, or people are well on their way to be interested again. Right now it's at 99.63 billion, but it did actually reach past 100 billion earlier today. Went down a little bit, but that's not really all that surprising. We're headed well above 100 billion. And as you can see, in the last couple of months, it's come straight up, and it hasn't blown up yet, but I think it's very, very close to blasting off. It's nowhere near the top though, because in 2021, November, it was $189 billion, despite Bitcoin being about the same price. So the ratio of Bitcoin to DeFi is still tilted off a little bit. But as you can see with this graph, it is quickly sloping upward, and I think it will go parabolic very, very soon. So that's very good for all of you people that invested in DeFi tokens. I know some of you are getting red-eyed watching the meme tokens and the AI tokens, but don't worry, your time will come, and it is coming soon. So like according to DeFi Llama, the total value locked in decentralized protocols reached 100.1 billion, with more than 10 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, and that's really, really big. Still falling short of 2021. We haven't hit that parabolic stage yet, and if you actually look at Google Trends for crypto, I wouldn't actually be all that worried, because the trends for crypto, we're not even at the 2021 point yet. And I think we're going to go past the 2021 point, and we're going to border on the 2017 craziness. But we're like not even halfway there yet on the 2017 craziness. If you just look at Bitcoin trends, we're going to look at 2004 to present. You can look at right now, we're barely here. Like they haven't really completed the graph for March 9th yet, but we're barely there. And essentially even that would just be 35. And right now we're basically going to be maybe 30 for this week. And at 2017, we were like past 50. And we were 100 here. So like we were a third of where we were at 2017 for Bitcoin, less than half, about maybe half of where we were in 2021. And we're still going up there. So we're not nearly at the top yet in terms of craziness. And I think we will be higher than 2021. Maybe not quite as high as 2017, but definitely higher than 2021. And if you look at the search for crypto, we're even slower in the cycle. If you look at the search for the term crypto, we're barely at 22. The 2017 thing was only 27, but the 2021 was at 100. So we're maybe not even at a third of what we should be at for crypto. And the crypto narrative is actually getting stronger, because obviously like the Bitcoin spike wasn't nearly as high in 2021 as 2017, but the crypto spike was much higher. So people are switching to searching for crypto more rather than just Bitcoin. And this should actually go higher than 2021, because I think crypto is getting a lot more prevalent than Bitcoin. So if you're looking at altcoins, you're looking at DeFi, we are definitely going up right now. DeFi, I don't think it's going to be that much volume, but you can see in 2021, we were way up here, and right now we're nowhere near that. So we haven't completely crested yet. I do believe this DeFi pump will actually be bigger than the one in 2021. So I think if you just have your patience for DeFi, we'll go way, way higher. And a lot of those DeFi protocols will start to pump, especially after the halving and especially after the all-time high. So it's almost here. TVL is definitely going up. You can see we're definitely going up very, very slowly since basically June of last year. And I definitely think we're going to get that parabolic movement soon. Definitely keep track of the Google Trends, and you'll kind of know when we start to explode. In terms of the Bitcoin pump, whales are definitely not stopping right now. Whales are basically holding Bitcoin more and more right now, despite it being 70K. Bitcoin holdings growth is going parabolic. And that means addresses holding more than 1,000 BTC, which is what they consider the whale territory, are climbing up again. Now, usually if people were getting ready to massively dump, it would be decreasing, but it's actually increasing now. And they're not in a rush to sell, which means we're probably not going down, especially with all the ETF buying that we have out there. So like no one is sending money to the exchanges to cash out. They're all pulling money back from the exchanges so they can actually hold some more. So there's not going to be that much selling pressure. It's still a little bit less than in February 2021. We had 2,489 addresses holding more than 1,000 Bitcoin in February of 2021. Right now, we only have 2,104 addresses as of March 7th. But I think more and more people are actually pulling back. And remember, in terms of February 2021, that was a little bit before. That was a little bit before the true top of the bull run, because I still think the true top of the bull run, at least for altcoins, back in 2021 was in April and not in October, not in November, because November there wasn't really the volume to back it up. In April there was. So that shows you that we haven't really hit the top yet for crypto, and it's at least a few months away, if not longer. And I think this time it's going to be longer because of the ETFs. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't sell yet, and I do think we're going to be well above 100K. The whales continuing to hold Bitcoin and not selling Bitcoin, that's another extremely good sign that we have for the market. If we were getting to the top, I think you'd see a lot of the whales actually getting their Bitcoin or putting their Bitcoin on exchanges, getting ready to dump and sell, and we're not seeing that yet. So that's more good vibes and more good trends for the entire crypto market altogether. And more good news, Grayscale and Bitcoin sat down with the SEC over a spot Ether ETF. Why is this good news? Because generally when the SEC denied all the ETFs, they didn't sit down with any of the companies. Only when they were about to accept the ETFs did they sit down with the companies. So this gives me a little bit more clue of what the SEC is thinking about. I think they're actually going to accept the ETFs. I really, really hope, because they actually met with Coinbase and Grayscale. Remember, Coinbase is doing the custody, Grayscale wants the listing, and this is exactly what they did before they accepted the Bitcoin ETF. So things are definitely going in the right direction. So this is from Cointelegraph. Grayscale and Coinbase met with the SEC on March 6th this week to discuss the Ethereum ETF to get the groundwork going. And if they weren't going to accept the ETF, most likely they wouldn't be interested in getting the groundwork going. Crypto firms Grayscale and Coinbase met with the US SEC official to discuss a rule change for the launch of the spot Ethereum exchange traded funds. I think like my probability for the Ethereum ETF moved up from 50% to maybe like 60% right now. Grayscale is seeking to convert its Ethereum trust, which tracks the market price of Ether, into an ETF. And Grayscale might be the first one to get acknowledged, because realistically, like, remember, Grayscale pwned the SEC in court last time, and the SEC probably doesn't want to get pwned by Grayscale again. Grayscale knows how to work the courts against the SEC, and the judges are not very happy with the SEC. So the SEC is probably trying to compromise on this Grayscale Ethereum ETF. Gensler knows that Elizabeth Warren will not be happy if he accepts an Ethereum ETF, but he also knows that the courts are pretty much going to force him in an embarrassing way to accept an Ethereum ETF if he doesn't actually accept it outright, which is why he's probably leaning towards accepting it. And of course, there's strong dissension within his own commission, as Hester Pierce and one other commissioner have basically mocked their own agency for being not so clear on Bitcoin and crypto and trying to hamper the industry overall. So Gensler has internal division within his own industry, and he has external pressure from politicians. And plus, I think like his anti-crypto stance is starting to cause like more problems inside the Democratic administration, and it's not getting him any votes, and it's losing them votes. So there's a lot of pressure on Gary Gensler to actually accept this Bitcoin ETF, which will be very good for Bitcoin and the entire crypto market, because I think accepting the Ethereum ETF will actually open the doors to accept other ETFs. So the key points here: shares are properly categorized as commodity-based trust shares. So like they're basically admitting that Ethereum is a commodity. If they think Ethereum is a commodity, I think like they're going to find it hard to attack other cryptos. The commissioner's rationale in deciding to approve spot Bitcoin ETPs applies with a greater or equal force for Ethereum. So I think the SEC is actually caving in on the Ethereum ETF. Spot markets for Ethereum are highly indicative of market resilience and fraud manipulation. Plus, they already have like a futures ETF, which is one of their main talking points. So I think we are definitely getting Ethereum ETFs in May, because like the SEC, I do not think would actually meet with these people if they were not thinking about accepting their ETF. Very, very good news. That's it for today. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications button, and I will see you guys later.